Disc Golf Pro Tour is headed up to the Preserve Championships, and we're talking survivor picks. Let's get into it. As we all know, the Preserve is one of the more scoreable courses on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, but sounds like Kale LaVisca has been doing a lot of work out there and has changed up some of the holes, added some extra OB, and sounds like it's going to be playing a little bit tougher than years prior, but I think we're going to get a very similar feel where it's going to be big open fairways and you're going to have to fight some wind, but it's looking to play probably pretty similar to years past. So we're going to be seeing a lot of big arms out there performing well, but more specifically big arms that can hit the fairway. So I'm going to give you guys my top 5 guys that I think you can slot in for your survivor picks, seeing if they can slide in for a top 15 finish. In years past, we've really seen some very notable names up at the top. Ricky Wysocki won the event last year. McMahon, Macbeth, Calvin Heimberg, all have had strong finishes at this event. So if you still have one of those big name guys, the Preserve honestly is not a bad place to slot them in. The last couple of years, we have seen some of the more notable names up towards the top at this event. Ricky Wysocki taking home the win last year. Macbeth, McMahon, Calvin Heimberg have all had great finishes here. So if you want to slot one of those guys in, I don't think it's a bad idea, especially since some of the guys I'm talking about with big arms in this episode are more volatile players and can put up a bad week any week. But if you want to hold on to those guys for a little bit longer, I've got a few names here that you can absolutely plug in, and my lock of the week is somebody that has had 2 top 6 finishes at this event. And so stick around for that name. I think he's going to be a great play this week. So starting off with a couple of names that are definitely tougher to slot into your lineup, we've got Colton Montgomery and Anthony Barrella. I tried counting on Anthony Barrella at the Portland Open, and unfortunately he was not able to pull it off for me, but he has had very good success with 2 top 15 finishes at this event the last couple of years, and he's played honestly really great this year. Portland was probably his worst finish. I'd have to double check. But Anthony Barrella has been playing great this year with multiple top 20 finishes on the Pro Tour. And so he's absolutely somebody that you can slot in for this event. His main flaw usually comes with throwing OB, so he definitely needs to steer clear of that and stick to the fairways to have a good finish here. Colton Montgomery is probably a name that you didn't expect me to talk about here. Montgomery has actually finished in the top 15 at this event the last 2 years, proving that he just has a feel for this event. His average finish has slowly declined, but seeing that he finished top 15 in the last 2 seasons gives me some hope that he'll be able to repeat that again this year. He is definitely a more volatile player, and if you don't have trust in that, I completely understand, but he's definitely a name to look at when slotting in guys for your survivor picks this week. Ezra Aderhold is my next pick. He actually as well finished top 15 the last 2 seasons and has the arm to compete. He's somebody who's had a couple of top 15 finishes. We've seen him perform well on these open, long courses, and he has the opportunity to do it again here. There's not much else to talk about here. This is a guy that fits this course. He's performed well in the past. You probably haven't played him all season long. He's sitting there, and we're getting to the point where we're going to be moving out of the open courses and more into some of the more wooded courses, and we're not planning to play Ezra at any of those events, so this may be the last time you feel comfortable playing somebody like him. So if you want, you can slot him in here, feel comfortable that you have a guy that has the possibility to go out and put up a lot of birdies here. Before I get to my lock of the week, I want to give you one more name who has kind of disappeared on tour this year after having a breakout season in 2021, and that is Kyle Klein. Now, he hasn't necessarily had a bad season, but he just hasn't had those big performances and getting on feature cards like he was last year. He has finished top 15 the last 2 years at this event, but he's only had 1 top 15 finish at a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event this year, which does give me a little bit of pause. But He's definitely somebody that if you've used those big names and you're looking for somebody to have a chance at getting top 15 here, Kyle Klein can absolutely do that. He has the big arm. He's very accurate. He has regressed a little bit this year from last year, so I understand the worry there, but he's somebody that I feel comfortable with plugging in here to get a top 15 finish. Now, on to my lock of the week. This guy's been somebody that has surprised on tour, I think, a little bit this year. He's definitely a name everybody knows, but world champion James Conrad is absolutely the play this week. He has finished in 6th place the last 2 years, and that has been playing fantastic this year. He actually has more top 10 finishes than he does finishes outside of the top 15. So that just shows you right there, the dude is going to be in it. He's a fantastic play this week. He is where I'm pushing all my chips in. James Conrad at the Preserve this week, top 15 finish, lock it in. So there you have it. Quick review. We've got Colton Montgomery, Anthony Barrella, and Ezra Aderhold as kind of those fringe guys that you might want to throw in if you're feeling a little lucky or have a good feeling about him. Kyle Klein is, I think, a little bit stronger play than the other three. And then finish it off, lock of the week, James Conrad. Put him in your lineup. He's going to be fantastic this week. World champion is going to come out and perform. So there you have it, Survivor Picks for the Preserve. Let me know down in the comments who you're picking this week, and hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along with me on this first year of doing Survivor Picks for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. It's been a blast. Until next time, enjoy watching coverage, and I'll see you out on the course.